Well, you never know when the next natural disaster is going to hit, and lately we have seen our fair share of them, according to Munich RE.
Yeah, in 2012, there were a total of 184 natural disasters across the United States. 121 of those were storms, the biggest being last October's Storm Sandy. It left a great deal of flooding and damage here on Delmarva, especially in Crisfield. It also left parts of New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut in ruins. There were 41 climatological events such as extreme temperatures, droughts, and wildfires. Also 19 disasters involving flooding.
Which, by the way, is a situation that is playing out even as we speak in parts of Colorado. The floodwaters have forced the evacuation of nearly 12,000 people and destroyed thousands of homes. And who could forget this devastating scene? This was out of Moore, Oklahoma this last May, an EF5 tornado that left a path of destruction so big that it leveled part of the town, claiming the lives of 23 people, injuring nearly 400 others.
And while technology has given us the ability to warn people before most natural disasters strike, there is nothing we can do to stop them. That's why it's so important to be prepared.
Yeah. Brian Spiros is in Dover this afternoon with more on what you can do to make sure that you and your family are ready to handle the unexpected. Right?
Well, Jimmy and Lisa, this is something that every family should be thinking about when an emergency strikes, whether it's something as small as your power going out for a few hours or something as big as a natural disaster, some of them you just mentioned. And did you know that September is actually National Preparedness Month, so it's a perfect time to be having this conversation. And joining me now is Roseanne Pack, who is with the Delaware Citizen Corps. So, Roseanne, today we're going to be putting together something called an emergency supply kit, something every family should have in their home. Do you find that a good number of people have them or not really?
Not enough, Brian. We really do want to encourage people to either have a tub like this or at least a shelf on their pantry dedicated to really basic supplies so they know exactly where they are whenever anything might happen.
So when something happens, they're not saying, where was my flashlight and where did I leave this? Everything's in one place. All right, so we're actually going to put a kit together here and you're going to show me some of the essentials people should have. Obviously, every family is different. This is just a baseline. So the first thing we have is obviously if power goes out here, we have a flashlight. Obviously something people want to have. And then what about this here, this lantern?
Well, that's a battery-operated lantern. A flashlight's great walking around. You're going to want to have a more steady source of light when you're totally in the dark.
And there's obviously some like this one which collapse and it becomes more compact for you to put in here. Also, batteries.
Batteries, and you should have every size battery because whatever you don't have, that's what you're going to need. So AAA's right up to D's.
All right, so those go in there very good. We also have a first aid kit.
Exactly. You know somebody is going to get a skinned knee, you're going to need some antiseptic wipe or something, so the basic small first aid kit is essential for everyone.
All right, this goes in there. We also have matches, which are pretty much self-explanatory. You never know when you're going to need them.
Exactly. If you might have a wood stove, that's a good thing.
All right, those go in here. What about this radio here?
Well, this is a battery-operated and a crank radio. You can power it by cranking it, and that one also gets the weather channels, so you keep up not only with news, but with whatever's going on with the weather.
Exactly. You want to stay informed. Okay, we also have some granola bars here. Obviously, you want for food. You're going to need food. Speaking of which, I'm going to go over here real quick because the other thing is you want canned food goods.
Non-perishable foods of all kinds, like the granola, like the canned goods. And if you have cans like that and the power's out, what are you going to do?
All right. You also have water here. The other thing we should mention is we need paper goods. You never know. Obviously, if you don't have any water, you can't wash dishes. Also, really quick, too, we need to mention things for dogs and for the children.
Pets and kids absolutely need their own things.
All right. Now, you guys are actually having an event this coming Saturday. It's recognized nationally. You're going to be talking about stuff like this and so much other things. Tell us about it.
This is an observance of National Preparedness Month. And right here on the grounds of the Delaware Ag Museum, as well as in the Great Hall, we will have over 40 exhibitors. We have demonstrations. We have activities for all ages. Lots of games and prizes. A train will take the kids around to school for lessons on preparedness. So it's a great variety of things that are going to teach people about preparedness, and we'll learn too.
Exactly. Everyone will learn. So, in case in point, have a kit like this available. So many great things, and obviously every family is different. We're going to go over the details now of the event for this weekend. Here they are, the 7th Annual Family Emergency Preparedness Day. It's going to be held Saturday, September 21st, this coming weekend, from 10 in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon at the Delaware Agriculture Museum here in Dover. And again, it's open to everyone and all ages. If you miss any of that information, we will have it on our website, delmarvalife.com. Just click on the show tab. And of course, you can come down and get all the other items that you should have in your emergency kit. You definitely want to be prepared. With that said, Jimmy and Lisa, we'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Everything you need in one box.
All
I mean,
right.
it's not like it has to be a huge box. That would fit in some of the shelves that I've got in the garage.
There you go.
So, still to come on Delmarva Life, giving power to those who feel powerless. How your steps can save a life in the fight against Lou Gehrig's disease.
Plus, a Salisbury man diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's 2 years ago shares his story on how the disease has impacted him and how he's able to stay positive. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.